All right, y'all. We are live for Keto Class once again. So, y'all, tonight we're gonna talk about focus. So I see so far we got Connie said, let's get started. Mary B said, love the intro. Thank you. I get to dancing around when my intro comes on too. So, y'all, we're gonna talk about focus. We're gonna talk about what we need to do to focus. Focus fundamentals. So some of these things are kind of overlapping that I want to talk about tonight. I think it's just time. I mean, I know I've had these conversations inside the mastermind, and maybe even some of my discussions on TikTok. But I really wanted to really get something here in Keto Class where I can really kind of focus in a little bit on the mindset, and not only the mindset, but just talk a little bit about focus and how you have to focus on the ketogenic lifestyle in order to be successful. You have to focus. So I'm gonna give you the acronym that I have for focus. I mean, and it's not anything special. I mean, it's one that you see all of the time, and it's follow one course until successful. So follow one course until successful is what focus is. And we say that all the time in sports. Follow one course until successful. So on the ketogenic lifestyle, we have to be able to focus. And what I noticed is that sometimes people are not able to have success because of the lack of focus. So I want to talk about some of the things, the fundamentals. It's just about getting started with the ketogenic lifestyle. Because I wrote down 3 questions that I get all of the time, or 3 comments, statements, or questions that I get all of the time. So I see Renee is out there. A Facebook user, I need you to go to so I can identify you. If you go to the intro, to the description, and let StreamYard recognize you. So I see Mega Woman. Hey, Mega Woman. Say what you do is special. I appreciate that, Mary B. So we're gonna really dive in today, y'all. I don't know how deep I'm gonna dive in, because y'all, those in the mastermind know sometimes I can really go deep. So I don't think I've really ever really done that in Keto Class, but I really feel like we need to have this discussion because I really want y'all to be successful, and I really want you to focus, because I realize that I have this saying, give me 90 days. And what I'm noticing is the more people that I'm interacting with, and the more that I'm working with people closely, the more I'm seeing that they give me 90 days is real. It's so real, because right around that 90-day period, people start to have great success. So I'm gonna call out a couple people. So Lisa is in the group. Y'all seen me wear her sweatshirt maybe once or twice. I know I got a couple videos in that sweatshirt that she made. What is live, fight? I can't remember the whole thing, Lisa. I apologize. If you want to hear, type it in there. But Lisa, I had a conversation with Lisa, and when I talked to Lisa, I swear to y'all, I thought like she hadn't lost any weight, and then come to find out, she done lost somewhere close to 40 pounds. And I'm like, well, Lisa, like you've lost almost 40 pounds. Like, you killing this thing. Like, you are killing this thing. Like 40 pounds in 4 months, y'all. Like 40 pounds in 4 months. So like, she's killing it. And I hear that a lot. I hear a lot of people, like, they just don't understand the success that they're having in the lifestyle. They don't really realize how good they are doing in the ketogenic lifestyle. And it's like, oh my goodness, if you really only knew. And that's why I love the mastermind so much. Y'all hear me talk about the mastermind all the time, because we have so many people in there. So it's about 40 people. It's more than 40, but maybe about 40 that show up consistently. So it's good, because now you get to see what success looks like, and you get to see, so you get to also see what it doesn't look like. You get to see when somebody truly is really struggling, and you get to see when somebody is really truly killing it. So you really can kind of place yourself, like you get to get a good understanding of how good you're doing on the lifestyle. But here again, y'all, it takes about 90 days to get that ball rolling. It takes about 90 days to get the snowball rolling. So I see Stacy. Hey, Stacy and Ellen, appreciate y'all popping in there. So it takes 90 days to get the ball rolling. And I tell people, give me 90 days, because after the 90 days is when you've lost enough weight or enough inches where you can see it. And you can say, oh my goodness, like, this is working. Because usually most people have struggles in their first month. The first 30 days is a struggle. The first week might be like really good, but then like after that, you kind of start feeling like you're not having this success. And that's where people start to lose. And around the second month, you really not feeling, because you done had a big hit when that first week you got started. Then you lost a pound here, lost a pound there, may not have lost any sense. And then around that second month, you start feeling like this isn't really working for me. what am I doing wrong? So that's the second question. So the first question I get is, where do I get started? The second question I get is somewhere around the 45th to 50, 60 day, somewhere between 45 and 60 days. What am I doing wrong? And then the last question I get is, how do I get back into ketosis? So these are three questions I get all the time. So I definitely wanted to talk about the focus piece, and I wanted to talk about just being able to answer these three questions that I get all the time. So where do you get started with the ketogenic lifestyle? Where do you get started? Of course, we always talk about the 5% carbs, the 20% protein, the 75% fat. So that's where you get started. But how do you get started with actually being walked through it? Because what I've done, y'all, I've created a paper trail for you to do this ketogenic lifestyle or get started without me, to a certain degree, without me, but with me, because I put it on paper. So I have a free document. So everyone starting with the ketogenic lifestyle, even if you have not started with it, and Maria posted this today in the mastermind, which I thought was really great, because everyone should have this document. It's really a document that I could sell, but I give it away for free because I feel like everybody needs this document. This is the document to get you started on the ketogenic lifestyle. And even if you really know the ketogenic lifestyle, it can be a document that you can refer back to later. Why? Because it has 23 frequently asked questions. And the 23 frequently asked questions, I answer them. So I literally sat there, asked myself the question, and typed the answer in. So it has 23 frequently asked questions. It has 100 keto swaps. So if you like spaghetti, you can look and it can tell you what to swap it with. If you like General Tso's chicken, you can look and see what to swap it with. So all of those things are right there for you to see and laid out for you. 100 of them, 100 keto swaps. And I have 148 item keto shopping list. So right there, that shopping list is going to tell you what the ketogenic lifestyle, what can I eat on the ketogenic lifestyle? So it answers those questions. That document is 100% free. All you need to do is download the thing. So if you need to know how to get it on the TikTok side, it's in the link in the bio. I know YouTube has a bio. It's in that link in that bio as well. I also will drop it in the description. But it is probably say bio link. And then on the Facebook side, there is a file section. So you go to the file section and you can go to the link in the bio and you can get those things as well. So y'all, that document is something everyone should have. It's something you can refer back to. It has 148 item food list. So I don't care how long you've been keto, you can benefit from this food list. And that's a question that I get all the time. Where do I get started? And not only where do I get started, but how do I get back to it? So that document right there answers both of those questions. It's great for the person who's been keto and they fell off the wagon and they just need to get their legs back under them. And it's great for the person who is new to keto, who knows nothing about keto. So that's one great way to start. No cost to you, right? So secondly is I gotta figure out, is my ebook. Y'all see it right here? I can't even get my finger to go the right way. I can't forget it. The ebook over there in the corner. You see it over there? The Keto Playbook. The Keto Playbook walks you straight through everything you need to know about the ketogenic lifestyle as well. Because with this is when people ask me, how do I get started? That is on Etsy. That literally, I put that together to walk people through the ketogenic lifestyle. So that you got to think this is much more in depth. It's a book opposed to it being just a document, which the free one is a document. This is a book. It's on Etsy. Y'all, it will walk you through the ketogenic lifestyle. It walks you through setting up your macros. It walks you through all of those things. So that is the Keto Playbook. But hey, let's back up again and let's go to the YouTube channel. So on the YouTube channel, y'all, we have on the YouTube channel, I have the getting started. I basically have created a playlist that says Keto Beginners Start Here. And I have created a video series to walk anyone through. So maybe you don't like to read. Maybe you just like, I don't want to buy nothing from nobody till I know what I can get. Not only do you have my free document, but then you have my YouTube channel that has a playlist that will literally walk you through everything you need to know to get started with the ketogenic lifestyle. And not only that, I have also set up the 2020. I put the 2020 card manager video in there to teach you how to set up card manager. So when people say, what are my macros? How should they look? This, that, and the other. That will literally walk you through it. It'll be just like talking to me on the phone because I'm going to tell you the same information that is there. So those are great ways for you to just kind of get started on your own, or maybe even just like freshen up on some things that you need on your own. That'll be great ways to do that. And then last but not least, I have a meal plan. So a lot of people, I didn't know how much people like meal plans. I used to put out a meal plan, and I didn't know how much people liked it. Because I never liked meal plans because I could never follow somebody else's like thing to the T. But what I want you to understand too about the meal plan is it's not to follow it to the T. It's for you to take something from Monday, take something from Wednesday, take something from Friday. You know, it's for you to take some of those things and like place them and move them around as you go. But my meal plan happens to be the Etsy bestseller in the meal plan category. And literally, y'all, it is 2 months worth of meal plan. 2 months. So I tell y'all, give me 90 days. I done laid it out for you for 2 months. 2 months worth of meal plans. You get 63 recipes, and then you get 2 months worth of another food list. So you got the free food list, and you got the food list that's on the meal plan. So these are great ways to get started. When people are asking like, how do I get started? Where do I start? Those are great places for you to get started. And those same videos that I'm talking about on YouTube are here as well. They're a little bit harder to find here because I can't categorize like that in here. I guess I can, but I just haven't. And when I say in here, I'm talking about the Facebook page. But on YouTube, you know, I created that playlist, so it's a lot easier. So let's see. I said Maria says the document will take you back to the basics. Definitely. I said I'm going to refer back to the document so I can go back to the basics. That's a Mary B says that, and then Patrice says hello to everyone, and then Mary B with the praying hands. So there we go, y'all. So but the key is, y'all, once you get started, you have to be able to have a level of focus. You got to be able to have a level of focus, y'all. You have to be able to have a level of you got to be able to manage your mindset. You have to be able to manage your mindset. So it's so funny because it's like one of those things where somebody can say, man, I lost 50 pounds. And then there could be someone else that says, I only lost 50 pounds. These could be two people that started at the same weight, that started at the same time, who have a different mindset. And one person can say, man, I lost 50 pounds. Like, this is awesome. And the next person can say, I only lost 50 pounds. Like, what am I doing wrong? So it's all about that mindset and being able to stay focused. So when we talk about stay focused, and I always have to give Lori credit because she said, eat with a purpose. So, you know, I always talk about that in basketball, like play with a purpose, play with a purpose, play with a purpose. But eating with a purpose is just as important. You have to eat with a purpose, y'all. You have to make sure you're eating with a purpose. So some people will ask me like, well, almonds are keto, so why don't you talk about almonds? I'm like, yes, they are. Almonds, you can eat almonds on a ketogenic lifestyle, but if I'm eating with a purpose, I'm going to eat macadamia nuts, pecans, Brazil nuts, and maybe walnuts. But I'm not going to eat the almonds as much or at all because I know that those four, I can get more bang for my buck. So that's what I talk about, the focus. You got to focus on what it is that you're looking to do. So if you're looking to hit a certain macro, then unless you just like love almonds to death and you just like, I gotta have almonds every day, then okay. But for the most part, y'all, if you're focused and you're eating with a purpose, then you know that okay, certain things I'm gonna eliminate. You know, I can eat them here and there when I want to, but on my daily, I want to make sure I have almonds, not almonds. Now you got me saying almonds, pecans, Brazil nuts, and macadamia nuts. So macadamia nuts are the holy grail. 20 grams of fat for macadamia nuts per ounce, and you're only getting like 1 gram of carbs. It's less than 1 gram of carb. So you can eat 2 ounces of macadamia nuts and get 40 grams of fat, healthy fat, mind you, healthy fat, and not even 2 grams of carbs. You know, so you got to be able to focus and eat with a purpose because that's what's going to help you get to the goal line, because fat is the hardest thing to get. So that focus is one of the reasons why I say don't drink protein shakes. And I got on a call today and I heard people talking about protein shakes. I wanted to interject so bad, but I didn't, because it's like protein. It's like I believe it's the GNC. I call it the GNC effect. Is the GNC effect, and also doctors also tell a lot of people to drink protein shakes. But we got to realize that in our lifestyle, protein is the easiest thing to get. All you got to do, and I took my mastermind in the grocery store with me yesterday, is go to the back of the store. It is literally like a mile long worth of protein. I mean, all we have to do is eat meat and we're going to get protein. So we got, you got beef, you got chicken, you got squirrel, you got chipmunk. I always say that. So, you got all these options that you can get protein from. So why in the world, somebody explain to me, if we're focused, why are we drinking protein shakes? Protein is easy to get. We can get our 85, 90 grams of protein, however many grams of protein that you're going to take in based off of your macros and what, if you're working with me closely, what we have worked out, then why do we need to get protein shakes? Because they're protein chips, they're protein cookies, they're protein bars. And then people are like, well, why are you saying I'm eating too much protein? That's why, because you're eating all of these different types of sources of protein and then we're supplementing it. Protein is the easiest thing to get. So if we're focused on what we're doing, you don't need to get protein shakes. And that's why I've been teaching fat shakes. So the gold bag is that's the fat shake. So I teach fat shake because it's a keto shake. I really could just call it a keto shake, but I call it a fat shake because, I'm giving it the name of the macro. So hopefully it'll click with people because it's a fat shake. It's fat. We want to get fat. Fat is the hardest thing to get. Because why? Because the last 3 to 4 decades, we've been told not to eat fat. So when you go in the store, you can't find fat. Fat is not easy to find. So I'm going to buy, if I like shakes, I'm going to get a shake that's going to give me fat. That's being focused. That's eating with a purpose. I talk about the fat shake that's in my bio. Y'all can go to my bio. Y'all can get that fat shake. Y'all can click that and get the fat shake that's in my bio. I promise you, y'all, I've used this shake for years and they've improved it. I used it when it wasn't as good as it is now, and it worked for me then, and it's even better now. It only has 8 ingredients in the thing, and it is immaculate. It's an immaculate shake. It's immaculate. Not only that, but you can go and you can get Boat House. So I talk about Boat House has a fat shake. Boat House has a fat shake in the store. Now I can tell you this is a little bit cheaper because you're buying it. You're buying it in bulk in a sense. Whereas if you bought 30 days worth of Boat House, it's going to cost you more than what this is going to cost. I'm trying to point to it for those of y'all who on TikTok side. But the fat shake is your focus. You're eating with a purpose. I know that if I drink the fat shake, I'm getting 22 grams of fat, instead of getting 30 grams of protein, where people are running out and buying all of those, what is that daggone shake? I can't even think of the name of the Premier Protein shakes. Everybody's drinking the Premier Protein shakes. 30 grams of protein. 30 grams of protein for what? I can go to the back of the store and I can get protein. It's not hard to get, but then they're neglecting the fat. Fat is the driving force. Fat is the driving force of the ketogenic lifestyle. And that's why we got to focus. We got to focus on that. We got to focus on, I got to get my fat. And I tell everybody it should be 120 is like the number in my mind. So if I don't know anything about you, you should be somewhere around 120 grams of fat. So, I see, hey, Coach E, take them to the finals, dog. I know who that is. That's Triple J. Triple J, you got to go and let StreamYard recognize you. So I know who you are because you put dog in there. And I know that's your thing. So what's up, Triple J? Thanks for popping in. So we got to focus, y'all. We definitely got to be focused. And that's one of the things that I talk about all of the time. And because that's a big mistake people make. Buying protein shakes, I was in the group today. I was like, oh, they asking for protein shakes. I wanted to jump up on stage so bad, but I was like, no, I'm just going to fall back. But it's like, focus. We got to focus, right? We got to focus on the fat and what I talk about already, the macadamia nuts. So we focus on the fat. I'm getting macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, and even walnuts would be number 4. So macadamias, pecans, and Brazil nuts, and then walnuts is number 4. And will I eat almonds here and there? But if I'm really focused on what I'm doing, I'm gonna pick one of those 4. It's almost like being in a competition and you pick the thing that's in 5th place. So if you picking teams, you picking teams, and you got an option to get the 1st pick, the 2nd pick, the 3rd pick, and the 4th pick. And you decide to take the 5th. You go in the store and you take the 5th pick. Like, oh, this is going to help me win. That's not going to help you win. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 going to help you win before the 5 going to help you win. So you got to look at it that way. I look at it the same way with the protein shakes and the fat shakes. If I have the option to pick the fat shake, I'm picking the fat shake because it's going to help me win. It's going to help me win. So if y'all in the sports and y'all know they doing the draft, I'm drafting the fat shake. I'm not drafting the protein shake. I can get protein from anywhere. Protein's a dime a dozen, so I'm not going. I know where to get my protein. I don't really know where to get my healthy fat. So you got to get focused on that. So I gave you 2 options there on fat. So I did touch on the Boathouse. So like you could go to Walmart tomorrow and get the Boathouse shake. They come in the bottle. You make sure it says Boathouse Keto. It says protein. It says protein, but it does say keto on it as well. They got about 4 flavors. The flavors that I see all of the time, and there might be some other ones. They have the coconut flavor. They have a chocolate. They have a coffee, and then they have a matcha tea. They got those 4 flavors. They might have some more. Y'all can put them in the comments if you know of the other flavor. I think it's like 1 more flavor. So you can check those out, y'all. Definitely check those out as well. And then also I have the fat shake, the link in my bio. Oh, and I didn't even mention, if you get the fat shake from the link in my bio, you get free coaching. So we meet twice a week on Zoom. So twice a week on Zoom. So I'm going to help you even dig in even further to reach your goals. So that's one of the things. You said, oh no, not the chipmunk. I know, Mary, the chipmunk. Said squirrel, my favorite. Connie said, from the mountains of Virginia, Connie, y'all eating squirrel up there. It's shoot. So Tammy said, hey coach, you said I'm late, but cooking supper. All right. So you said I put the fat shake in my coffee. Yes, the fat shake in the coffee. That was Mary B. So yeah, you can put the fat shake in your coffee and use it as a creamer as well. So some people have taken me up on me talking about the fat shake, and they've gotten it and they've had some success with it and use it in the coffee, use it as a meal replacement, use it as a bridge to get to the next meal. So it is definitely a huge help, and it's one of those things that's not really taught a lot because it's really this protein. My thing, I can harp on this all night, y'all, but if I'm talking about focus. So if we're focused on what we're doing, y'all, we're not supplementing something that is easy to get. It like makes no sense to me. We're supplementing something that you can go to the back of the store and you can take your pick of protein. Not only that, you got protein bars, protein chips, protein cookies. There's protein everywhere you go. So you will never have a shortage of protein, but fat is one of the things that most people are not hitting, and that's why they're struggling. That's why they're not hitting the numbers. That's why because they're not getting enough fat, and that's why they're not losing the weight that they want to lose. That's why they call me and say, Coach, what am I doing wrong? And I'm always like, you're not doing anything wrong. You just got to make some tweaks. So the fact that you made this lifestyle change means you're doing something right. So again, y'all, focus, follow one course until successful. You got to follow one course until successful. Consistency is the key. 90 days. So 90 days. So we talk about choice days or cheat days. I've been calling them choice days because it's your choice. Take control of it. It's your choice. You made the choice to have that day. That's fine. But the key is you got to have those choice days few and far between if you're focused. And we had a real heart to heart in the mastermind this week, because I noticed that when I looked at the numbers, that there were people that weren't more than half of the mastermind was not keto for 7 days. And I was like, that's unacceptable, y'all. You cannot tell me that you want to lose weight on this lifestyle and then you're not keto for 7 days in a row for any stretch of time. You got to have a streak. You got to get a win streak. All right. You got to get your win streak going. And even if you got to find a way to calculate it, if you got to put hashes on the board or whatever it is you got to do, you got to be able to create a win streak for yourself of I was keto for 60 days straight, 90 days straight. And the thing is that I want y'all not to do is beat yourself up when you have a choice day, because at the end of the day, keto is still your lifestyle. Because you have one day or a bad, I don't even call it a bad day, because you have a non-keto meal or non-keto day, that doesn't make you not keto. It just means that you just had a non-keto meal or a non-keto day. So I just need y'all to understand that. Not to beat yourself up about it, but you do have to be able to have some consistency and some focus and be able to go 30, 60, 90 days at a time. And I say 30 days, maybe for the newbie that really just diving into this thing, maybe you can 30 days. But if you can give me 90, I promise you, y'all, in the 90 days, you're going to have the success. You're going to have a level of success that you ain't seen before in weight loss. And you just got to give me 90 days. I'm just asking you for 90 days of your life. You done did it. You done did other stuff for 90 days. So it's a level of focus, though. It's a level of focus. And I'm telling y'all, and it starts with the 7 days. It starts with going 7 days keto, and then it's 14 days ketos, so you got to be able to start at least with the 7 days, and then it goes to the 1 day. Win the day. So you got to make sure that you can at least win today, All right, so I won today. Now, when you wake up tomorrow, it's like, okay, we're going to win the day. And that is where you got to go with it. You got to take it day by day and win that day. And that's the level of focus that you got to have, because I noticed that, and I'm going to talk about excuses. And I'm going to talk about excuses a little bit here because I hear it a lot. And maybe not directed towards me necessarily, but I just hear it in general, is that I had a bad day, so I ate bad, or this happened, so I ate bad. And it's like it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit that every time something goes wrong in life, then you eat bad. And then what happens when you eat bad? You feel bad, and then something goes wrong in life, and then you eat bad, and then you feel bad, and it just becomes a circle. It just becomes a whole cycle, and it gets really hard to get out of. So that's why I say it has to be a level of focus. You got to have a level of focus that when something goes wrong in the day, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this is my mindset, and I would just like to pass it on to some of y'all. In my mindset, usually if something is going wrong, then I'm really a little bit more focused, because I'm like, okay, something is going wrong. So I don't want to go and make this thing even bigger. So now if something's going bad, then I want to eat bad. Now I feel bad because I ate bad. now I feel bad. Now, and it just kind of continues to go and go and go and go. And then if I know that this is something that I really want to do for myself, this is what we talk about. You got to tap back into your why. Stay focused. What was your why? What was the reason you got started with the ketogenic lifestyle? What was the reason that you said, I'm going to do this? What was that day that you broke down and you cried and you went flat out tears and you like, no more. I'm going to change my life. That's the day. That's that time. And that's that day that you got to tap into. And that's what a lot of people don't do, because as soon as something goes wrong in the day, they don't tap back into that. I'm fed up. You were fed up. That one day you was fed up, and you got to be able to tap back into that. And I go as far as sometimes to say, hey, take the phone out when you get the feeling that way and record yourself. And if you got to go back and look at it and be like, yep, I remember that's how I was, is where I was, and I'm not going back there. And you got to be able to fight it off, because in my mind, it's always like, I must be close to hitting my goal. So this is my thoughts, and hopefully this will get in somebody's brain. I must be really close to getting there, because now it's some things trying to knock me off my path. So that's when I really get focused. So when I notice that things start to happen, like little weird stuff start to happen, or you go to work and somebody bring you a sandwich and you like, I'm like 60 days in, like, why all of a sudden you bringing me a biscuit? Like, I don't like. Now I start thinking in my mind, I must be getting close. Because now these things are starting to come and try to knock me off course and knock me off path. So you got to kind of have that thought in your mind when you focus. You have that thought in your mind that, oh no, you won't knock me off path, because I know what I'm focused on. And you got to be able to tap into that why, and you got to be able to be stronger than the temptations. And I'm not talking about the dancers. You got to be stronger than your temptations, y'all. You got to get and tap into that why, so that you can fight off those temptations. So you can fight that stuff off when it starts to get into your way. And I promise y'all, I know this is one of my beliefs, and maybe some of you may believe this, or maybe some of you can start believing this, that when these things start to enter your life, something really good is coming. And this is your test. And this is the test to kind of get you over that hump. I always think about the two men chopping for diamonds, and they're just tapping away, and you got one man on the bottom and one man on the top, and it's a picture, and they chopping for diamonds. And the one guy, he chops and he gets the one diamond and he walks away. And even though he has the one diamond, he don't realize it's like hundreds of other diamonds behind the one. And he just got the one diamond and he turned around and walked away. The other guy's like one chop away from all of these diamonds falling out. And he's sitting there with his hands in his face and he's like sad and he's like, didn't, woe is me. And he's like one chop away. Like he's like one chop. He done chopped all the way down. And he's like one chop away from these diamonds just falling out. And that's how I feel like it is. You're just like that one day, that 1 week away from seeing the results that will be eye-opening for you. They're like right there in front of you, and then you have a bad day. And then it's like, forget it. I'm going off of keto. And you go off of it for a couple of days or whatever, or you're like, this ain't working for me. I'm telling y'all right now, if you stay focused, it's going to work for you. Stay focused, but you got to go hard for 90 days. I'm going to call on Lisa again. I'm going to tell Lisa, I'm going to send this to Lisa. So she know I talked about it a couple times today. So I'm going to talk about Lisa again, because I'm like, so Lisa, when you get started? And she was like, I got started sometime she said November. She got started in November during the holidays when it was the hardest time. I'm telling y'all, that was the hardest time for me to be a keto coach. November and December, the hardest time, because everybody is planning to cheat. Everybody is planning to have a choice day on Thanksgiving. Everybody is planning to have a choice day on Christmas. Everybody is planning to get them some wine, some spirits on New Year's Day. So you got to think that is the hardest time to be a keto coach. And not only that, that's the hardest time to probably just stick to a lifestyle. So I even told people during that period of time, you got 3 days, 3 days between now and the new year to pick what days you're going to decide that you're going to not be keto, right? So just to take the pressure off of people, right? Because I know that during the holidays, some people want to interact and eat that way, but a lot of people did not. And when I talk about Lisa, y'all, I'm telling y'all, Lisa told me she got started, and I start counting on my fingers. Y'all know I always tell you I count on my fingers. I'm like November, December, January, February. I'm like, it's March. So Lisa, you've been doing this like 4 months. You lost 40 pounds. I'm like, you killing it. Like, you killing it. Now, how many of y'all would like to lose 40 pounds in 4 months? And I'm like, so sometimes, y'all, you got to realize that like that 90-day period, y'all, that is it. That 90 days is when you start to really, and I've been working with Lisa for that period of time, and Lisa had some struggles. She had some struggles, but when I talked to her the other day and she told me about that weight that she had lost, and she posted a picture in the group, y'all. So y'all got to go in the Facebook group. Make sure y'all celebrate Lisa in the Facebook group. Y'all gonna see her picture in there. She posted her before and after in the Facebook group. Like, it's amazing. And I'm like, I cannot believe that I'm just finding this out, Lisa, because when I talked to Lisa, I would think that she was having no success. 40 pounds. I'm like, my that emoji with the head blown up, that was me. I was like, I can't believe it. So we got to make sure that, we staying focused and know that it's going to take 90 days of concerted effort to get the ball really rolling. It's going to take 90 days of concerted effort to get the ball really, really, really rolling. So I see, Carl is in here. So Carl said, Carl said, Coach, so I don't know what that's supposed to say. But Carl talking about the fat shake. He said, he put avocado in that fat shake. The avocado was great in the fat shake. So, man, you got some extra fats. You got like 30 some grams of fat in that one drink. So that's awesome, Carl. Carl has a great testimony too. Working with Carl for maybe since September, October, around that time. And Carl and it's not a lot of men. It's not a lot of men in the group, but Carl is he's like close to his goal weight. And I remember he kept saying, man, I'm right around 115 and 112. I keep bouncing back and forth. And this was a few months ago. So now we talked the other day. He's like, man, I'm at 108. And it's like, it takes time, y'all. It takes time to get these things. And I know it's like we want it overnight. And because we see other results, we see other people winning. And what you don't realize is that we're looking at their highlight reel. So we're looking at their highlight reel. Nobody heard those discussions that me and Lisa had over the last 4 months. You get what I'm saying? Of the struggles and how, she was frustrated and how she felt like she wasn't having any progress. You haven't heard those conversations that myself and Carl have had. Maybe somebody else in the mastermind have heard it. That the struggles and just the I don't want to call it anxiety to that point, but like just just like, man, it's just not working for me. I don't know what's going on. So all of those days that you don't get to see when in somebody's highlight reel, and I forgot I haven't been putting these up. So y'all got to make sure that y'all are celebrating your wins. So part of the focus is celebrating your wins. I don't care how big, how small. So Lori, let me go up here and find Lori. Oh, Lori said that on TikTok. So Lori has recently lost 75 pounds. Lori has been in the group since September, October. So 75 pounds. So y'all notice, right? The people who've had the best, the greatest success are people who've been with me for 90 days or more. The people who quit before 90 days, I mean, granted, they could still be having success. I don't know. And Lisa is not necessarily in the mastermind. She was in the mastermind, but Lisa, she's locked in. You know, she's in on the lives and she messages me and asks questions and things like that. But she's not necessarily in the mastermind, but she's still involved. She's still working towards her goal. So you got it. I forgot where I was going with that. So you say, I think Carl is at 208. Yep. So Carl is at 208, Tammy. So that is awesome. So y'all, we gotta continue to stay focused. Oh, I was talking about celebrating yourself. So celebrating yourself because Lori bought herself a bike. She bought herself one of those bikes that you can ride in the house. You know, like one of them Peloton type bikes, right? So she got one of those bikes as a gift to herself for losing the 75 pounds. Like those are the type things you got to celebrate yourself. You got to celebrate yourself. I don't care if you lost 1 pound. Stay away from words like only. Stay away from words like try. So I hear it all the time. I only lost 2 pounds. Well, you better raise your hands and be grateful for that too, because now you're just telling the universe that I only lost 2 pounds. Oh, you're not satisfied. So next week you ain't gonna lose nothing. Don't worry. So you got to make sure that you are not using words like only and be appreciative. I'm appreciative. I lost 2 pounds. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna lose 2 more next week. You got to have that excitement. You got to have that going on. And the thing is I know that in the mind it's not gonna always happen, but when you say it, it should come out the opposite. I learned how to do that. Is that no matter what I'm thinking, I don't if it's negative or it's bad. So if I'm thinking like, man, I only lost 2 pounds, well, I'm gonna say I celebrate the 2 pounds I lost. But in my mind, I had just told myself but when I say it out loud, and I also will make sure I say it out loud to negate whatever the thing is that you're thinking. So whatever it is. So sometimes you got that stinking thinking, you got to be able to say, you know what? Say the positive out loud. Whatever the positive part is, say it out loud, because that's going to help you get to where you're going. So stay away from words like only. Stay away from words like try. Like, oh, I'm trying to lose. No, claim it. Yo, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds in this program. Or I'm gonna lose 50 pounds within the next 8 months or whatever it might be. I'm gonna lose 50 pounds, or I can't wait till I lose this 50 pounds. I won't even like to say I can't wait. Just like I'm gonna lose this 50 pounds. Because so these are the things that you got to start saying to yourself and stop saying some of those negative things to yourself, because it's all about focus. It's all about being focused on your goal. It's all about being focused on the goal, because you can talk yourself out of having success. So stay away from words like only. Only is a bad word. It's a curse word, especially when we talking about losing this weight, yo. You cannot, you got to celebrate every inch. You got to celebrate every pound. You got to celebrate every pair of jeans that you could not wear 2 months ago, or every t-shirt that was too small that now you can wear it comfortably. You got to celebrate all of that. And you got to remember to celebrate it, because you're going to go through some patches of time where you feel like, you haven't lost no weight. Now, I always think about this. Like when people talk about they lost 30 or 40 pounds, I always think about a case of water. Now, I don't know exactly how much a case of water weighs, but somebody can put it in here. How much a case, I believe it's somewhere like 20 to 30 pounds, somewhere around in that range. But could you imagine, most people don't want to carry a case of water anywhere in the house. You take it out the car. If you got teenagers, you go get that water out the car. So that water is that you should think about. If you lost 25 or more pounds, just imagine carrying that case of water around your hind parts for all that time. And then you should really be able to celebrate. You should really be able to celebrate that. So if you lost 25 pounds, y'all, just imagine that case of water. And somebody will be able to look at. So Misty says focus on inches too, not just the scale. Yes, because Misty has lost massive amounts of inches. And Misty, Oh my goodness, Misty. Like let's talk about Misty for a second. So Misty, when I first met Misty, she had this dress that she wanted to get into, and she was like, "I'm gonna get in this dress, y'all. Like this is my goal. I bought this dress. I'm gonna get in it." So now, to date, the dress is too big for Misty. It is so crazy. The dress that she had that was her goal dress is too big for her. And Misty's lost 25 pounds. But Misty had she rides the bike. She's a cyclist. So, she's super fit. So, so her weight loss is not going to be the exact same as somebody else's, but all the inches she lost, that one dress that she wanted to get into, she is now it's too big. She never even get to put it on because during the pandemic, she didn't get to go nowhere. Now the daggone thing too big. And so can you imagine? I think about Lou and the Lou, who was in this group for a long time. She said, "Coach, I'm going to give you 90 days and I'm going to get this blouse on." She bought this white blouse. She tried the blouse on. And it was like, I mean, you know how the buttons be like buckled where you can see the clothes you got on under it. Like the buttons was buckled. So after 90 days, Lou put that daggone thing on, and it just dropped and flowed, y'all. So give me 90 days, y'all. You gotta give this lifestyle 90 days of concerted effort. And can you have a choice day somewhere in between that? No. And I'm just playing. So you might mess around and have a choice day somewhere in between, but you got to realize that if you don't get the same results that somebody else is getting, you got to look at how many choice days you have in between. You got to focus. You got to be able to focus. So Tammy, he said, "Coach, can I see what the Fat Shake container looks like?" Yeah, I mean Tammy, you know the Fat Shake, right? That's it. I don't. What I try not to do, y'all, is show a whole bunch of stuff on the screen because then people get to Googling it. And it'll be something else with the same name. And then they'll call me like, "I went and I bought this thing and it's da-da-da-da-da." So it's in the link in my bio. All the information you need to know about it is in the link in if you click the link in my bio, you can see everything. You can see the whole thing. So you can see the whole shebang. It'll tell you how much it costs. It'll tell you what's in it. It'll tell you everything about it. So click the link in my bio to take you straight to the Fat Shake. So it said, "Do you break down the meal plan and macros?" It said, "My brother is asking Carol." The meal plan it's in macros. The meal plan definitely you can mix and match. It also has the recipes to it as well. So yes, definitely, Carol. And like I always tell y'all, that meal plan is for $5 you can't beat it. Nowhere online. That's why it's an Etsy bestseller because most other meal plans are $10 for 30 days, for 28 days. Oh, you said you just got okay. So Tammy says she just got it. So Tammy was trying to get me to show it for y'all, for you guys. I knew Tammy already knew about the Fat Shake. So y'all, I just need y'all to stay focused. And I'll close this out with my mindset definition, my mindset acronym that I like to share a lot. So I'm gonna go to my mindset acronym, and then I'm gonna close this out. If y'all got questions, definitely start dropping them in here on the Facebook side. My TikTok folks are here. Y'all put y'all questions in the Q&A box, and I will go to the Q&A box as soon as I come back. So mindset, number one is M. So mistakes. So it's okay to make mistakes, y'all. You're gonna make mistakes. You're new to the lifestyle. You're gonna make mistakes. And one of the quotes I like is, "Every master was once a disaster." So you can't just think like you're gonna get it day one. I'm Keto Coach E day one. No, because Keto Coach E was eating potato chips, oatmeal, all that his first days of keto. And that's why I started teaching it, because I said, well, I can help shorten somebody else's learning curve. So every master I was a disaster. I was a keto disaster, y'all. I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all I was eating oatmeal, I don't know what my brain made me think that oatmeal was keto. I have no idea. No idea. Later on down the road, I started doing things that now when I look back at it, I say, oh, so that's why I really started losing so much weight, because I started eating the macadamia nuts instead of the almonds. I don't know why. I didn't know how I'm teaching y'all why to do that. I didn't know why, but I just started doing, because I always liked macadamia nuts anyway. But I started gravitating to the macadamia nuts instead of the almonds. I started eating eggs every day. So I was drinking a Fat Shake every day. I was drinking a Fat Shake. Everybody always asks me, like, what is it? Give me a day in the life. Like a day in the life. My breakfast was the Fat Shake and eggs. And I would have almonds. I would have I would have not pecans. I would have macadamia nuts as a snack somewhere in between, and then I would have some chicken and veggies. Now I could have did better with the dinner part. I probably would add avocados. I would have chicken and veggies, or I would just go to there was this hotel close to me. It's still there. I haven't been there since the pandemic, but there's this hotel close to me. I would go and I would get eggs. I would get them to make me an omelet. I get the omelet, and then I would get them to put an avocado on top of it. They would slice the avocado up, put the avocado on top. I would get the bacon and sausage on the inside of it, and I would get a side of like bacon or sausage or whatever. But for the most part, it would be the omelet for me. I would eat the omelet and I would keep the other meats for later or whatever to snack on, right? But I was getting that healthy fat because I was getting the eggs and then I was getting not the macadamia nuts. I was getting the avocados. So I didn't know what I was doing at the time. Like now I can kind of say, wow, I was kind of lucky, but now I can kind of like lay it out. Like this is what you got to do, because that's when I really started like really losing that weight. So yes, Marlene, the after party will be on TikTok. So that M is for, you're going to make mistakes, y'all. You're going to make mistakes. Be okay with it. You're going to buy something that's got a bad ingredient. Don't beat yourself up. You're going to buy something and then you're going to inbox me and be like, Coach, is this good? And I'm going to be like, no, that got maltodextrin in it. You're going to be like, oh man, okay, whatever. Don't get it no more. Now you learn. You either lose or you learn. So you're going to be learning. You're going to make mistakes. I made mistakes even up to today. I was eating some pancakes that had bad ingredients because I had been eating them from way back when I first started keto, and I never looked at the ingredients. I just, for some reason, it just got by me. I just assumed that they were good because I had been eating them so long. And then I really tested my blood sugar on them, and I was like, wow, like these ain't no good. And looked at the ingredients like, oh, really? Like these are not good. So you got to think, in one of my first TikTok videos, I'm talking about those pancakes. So, you're going to make mistakes and you just got to be okay with it. You got to be okay with it. Every master was once a disaster. You just got to move forward. So that's the M in mindset. And I is just improve. You're going to make the mistakes. Now just keep improving. Let's just keep moving forward, keep improving on what you got to do with the ketogenic lifestyle, because you're going to make mistakes. Just improve on those over time. Just don't make the same mistake twice. All right. And then learn from others' mistakes. So that's why you come here, because you can learn from all the mistakes I made. You can learn from the mistakes of the community members in the Facebook group when they post something and then somebody says, Coach, is this keto or is this okay? And I say, well, it has this, and this in it. It probably would spike your blood sugar. Now you learn because you're like, man, I was getting ready to buy that the other day. Well, you go to my TikTok and you see that I got a product up there and I tell you about it, and then you're like, wow, you learn. So keep improving and never give up. Never give up. I mean, you don't fail until you quit. That's the only time you fail at this lifestyle. I don't care if you stop for 2 months and you gain 10 pounds. You ain't failed. You don't fail until you stop, until you quit. So as long as you get back on the wagon and you don't give up, you have not failed. So you got to never give up. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So D, you got to have some determination. And when I talk about that focus, you got to have a little bit of determination. And that determination is going to come in when you have a bad day. That determines that's going to come in when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you just decide that, I'm just going to go to Wendy's today because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Or, something happens in life and you're just like, I'm just going to eat bad just because something happened bad in life. So I'm just going to make life worse, So the thing is, hey, you got to have a little determination. I'm determined to do this. I'm determined to do this in spite of whatever comes my way. And then I also tell you to think, and when something starts coming your way, that means you're very close to the breakthrough. So when things start coming at you, when you start going to work and they decide it's like, and it's like appreciation week and they got donuts and cakes and pies all week long. And that's the week that you like, man, like, I'm like, oh, you just got that. Just understand, if you tell yourself, I know that I'm getting ready to get my breakthrough, that's why I'm not fooling with it. So that D is determination. So the S is self-reflection. So now you got to self-reflect. You got to reflect back on all the good, all the bad, the things that worked for you in the past, the things that didn't work for you in the past, all of those things you got to reflect on. So be able to reflect on those when you're determined, when you made those mistakes, reflect on those so you can make the improvements. The E is effort. You got to put forth some effort. You got to go the 7, the 10, the 14, the 30, the 90. You got to go those 30, 60, 90 days. You got to put in the effort to go that amount of days without having choice days. You got to put in the effort. You got to put in the effort. That's the only thing you can control. You can't control whether you wake up in the morning, whether we wake up tomorrow and there's some disaster that we all watching on the news. Like, we can't control that. We can't control that. We cannot control that, but we can control our response to it, and we can control the effort that we give after that response, after we've gotten whatever this news might be. So whatever it is, we got to just understand, like, okay, I'm not going to say, oh, such and such happened, all bets off. I'm just doing whatever today. Because you got to be able to put forth some effort. You got to be able to have some determination. And you got to be able to focus on what you can control, and what you can control your effort. You can always control your effort. That's the one thing, your effort and your response. Control the controllables. Focus on what you can control. We talking about focus. Focus on what you can control. So effort is one of those things that you can control. Out of all of these things that's going on around us, we can control our effort. And last but not least, you got to train your brain. So some of these things I talk about, I train my brain. So people talk about the scale all the time, not getting on the scale every day. Like, that wasn't my story. I got on the scale every single day. Why? Because I trained my brain that if I got on the scale and I gained weight, I'm going to be keto today. If I got on the scale and I lost weight, I'm going to be keto today. If I got on the scale and I was the same weight, oh man, I got to make sure I'm keto today. So no matter what happened when I stepped on that scale, I was going to be keto that day, because if I lost weight, I want to continue to lose weight. If I gain weight, I want to lose weight. If I'm at the same weight, I want to lose weight. So I always had that I trained my brain to be motivated by whatever I saw on that scale. Whatever I saw, I was motivated. So use some of those strategies, okay? And maybe it won't work for you. So I'm not saying this is going to work for everybody, y'all, but this is one of the things I use to train my brain. And maybe it won't work for you, so train your brain to do it once a month, instead of doing it every day or every week. So whatever works for you, works for you. But if you're one of those people that kind of like need to have the number, but it irritates you or bothers you, then you gotta change your mindset a little bit to say, you know what? I'm gonna have this scale motivate me any way I see it. So if I gain weight, I'm going to be motivated to do what I got to do today because I want to lose weight. If I lost weight, I'm going to be motivated to do what I got to do today because I want to continue to lose weight. If I'm at the same weight, I'm going to do what I got to do because I don't want to gain none and I do want to lose some. So you got to train that brain. You got to train your brain. Train your brain to be able to flip the switch when things are not that good. And that's one of the things I trick my brain into saying, hey, tragedy's coming. Things are happening. That's because I'm about to get my breakthrough. So I'm not going to go backwards. I'm not going to go backwards because these things are standing in front of me right now because I'm about to get my breakthrough. So those are the things that I've used in the past to train my brain and that I use right now. I use today in every aspect of life. I use those in every aspect of life to train my brain. So y'all, I just wanted to kind of go over that so y'all can get this focus, y'all. We're getting ready to go into the warm months, and the thing that like I wish people would get is that they wait till it gets warm to start working on themselves. And this is an East Coast thing, because I know West Coast, y'all got the good weather all the time, right? But it's like people wait until it get warm to say, I want my bikini body or whatever it might be that you're trying to do, or my summer body or whatever it is that people always, and I notice this is because keto is in the weight loss industry, that I noticed that around this time, people start to really want to lose weight. And it's like, it's going to take you 90 days. Some are going to be gone when you get what you really want to get. So like, really kind of like, you got to get going. You got to get going right now and not get caught up in the seasons of things and not get caught up in it being spring and not being summer and that, I'm trying to get it for this. Or some people have this that their goals are based on a timeline, an unrealistic timeline at that. And then that's why people sometimes feel like they're not having any success at this and that they can't have success because they got something coming up in 2 months. And it's like, I got to lose 50 pounds. Like, I'm going to be in a wedding. It's like, come on now. Like, don't do that to me. like we need more time than that. We need more time than that. So y'all are in the right place at the right time. I want y'all to continue to keep working. And just like from the day on, I want y'all to kind of get this mindset piece. I want you to say 90 days. What is it? Like, let's just say April So April, May, June. By June, y'all, you will have some results that you have never seen before on the ketogenic lifestyle. I talk about Connie. Connie is almost at 100 pounds of weight loss. And her story is amazing. I think one day I'm just gonna have Connie on here, and just have her just talk about her story, because I've heard, and it's so funny because I haven't. It's like the more she talks inside the mastermind, I hear new stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Connie, I didn't even know that. Like I really think that her story is so inspirational to people, y'all. Like she lost 100 pounds, but she had some struggles, and that's what people going to see her highlight reel, and they're not going to really realize the struggle that she went through all the years prior. But when she in September, when she saw my video and something flipped in her mind and she just went hard, y'all, and then she almost 100 pounds. It's like, it's crazy. It's so crazy, y'all. So y'all just got to stick with it, get the mindset right, and get the focus right. Y'all know fat is the driving force, so stay away from them protein shakes. Get a fat shake, y'all. I tell y'all about the one I have on my site, and there's also, you can get the Boathouse in the store. The Kaye doesn't taste as good to me, but the Koye is like the Koye. So Koye's are fat shakes. The Boathouse has the same amount of fat as this one, so that's why I think the Boathouse is the best one as far as taste and fat. Closest to to the one that I'm always showing y'all behind me. So there go Connie in there with the purple hearts in the muscle. All right. So there she goes. So Connie's story is amazing, y'all. We're gonna get her on here one of these days to just tell her story, her 100 pounds of weight loss. But she also going to be able to tell y'all about her years of struggle. So some people need to hear that too, because they don't realize that, like, you're just looking at other people's highlight reel. They've been through something now. All right. So say Mary said that is so true. You said, I run and hike the trail and don't see many people. Today the weather was warmer and all of a sudden, right, because people start thinking about getting that summer stuff going. So Mary B says, yay, Connie, y'all. So y'all, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all go to the link in my bio. If you're on the Facebook side, you just go over to the file section on the YouTube side. Y'all can go to the description, or you can just go to the main page and get to my bio link there. Everything is there. My Etsy page is there. So you can get my book or my meal plan. I'm telling y'all now, shoot, for the price, you get the book and a meal plan, because I think when you get the book, I sent a coupon. I made it so you automatically get a coupon to get the meal plan. So I think you can get both of them for like $14 and some change or something like that, y'all. Whereas most meal plans on there are $10 off the bat. And that's a 30-day meal plan. So check out my Etsy. Check that out. The Keto Playbook. I'm trying to point to it. I can't, y'all, forget it. The Keto Playbook, y'all. Check the Keto Playbook out and check out the 2-month meal plan that I have there. Get the free documents. All the newbies, free document is in the bio, in the file section, or in the description. Go get the free document. Everybody should have the free document, and everybody, all newbies, anybody who's trying to set up the card manager, anybody who's just like wants to make sure they're doing this thing the right way, go to my Beginner Start Here channel that I started on YouTube, and just watch those videos. Watch them at your leisure. Watch them while you're on your way to work. Watch them while while you're doing something that the time will just kind of roll by and you don't really realize it. Getting dressed in the morning or whatever it might be, and you can just have it on and you can actually listen to it. And if I say something that you need to see, you'll hear me like pointing to something on the screen or something, and you can check it out. So yes, y'all, congratulations again to Connie. And we out of here. All right. So meet me on TikTok, y'all, for the after party. We're going to answer some questions over there for about an hour or so. And then I always do a giveaway. I'm going to give away my book on TikTok tonight. So y'all make sure, I can't try to point to that book. So y'all make sure y'all get over there. I'm going to give the book away for free. I give away my book like every night. So my book or my meal plan. So I switch it up. So I switch it up and give away different things. Sometimes I give away something from Amazon. All right. So if you've already got my book, I do want to say, go to Etsy and leave a review. I'm going to do a huge giveaway to someone who left a review. So leave a review for if you got my book from Etsy, make sure you go leave a review. I am going to do a giveaway over there where I'm going to send you I'm going to send you a package from Amazon. So thank y'all, and I will see y'all over on TikTok for the after party, y'all. Y'all have a great night and a great week, y'all. It's Sunday, so y'all have a great week. See y'all soon.